Hi, my name is Shai Yosefov with Jacob's Village Farm. We are a wholesale distributor here in New York City, and we're going to talk about some tomatoes, whatever we offer. So these are cherry on the vine tomatoes. We handle about 300,000 pounds of tomatoes a year. And we get it through Texas, we get it through Canada, through the United States, and mainly a lot of the tomatoes, they come from Mexico. 90% of our tomatoes come from Mexico, and with the tariffs going on right now, we kind of don't know where we're going to be. The United States can't handle the demand they don't grow enough to supply the United States of America.
If you carry through an America First trade policy that actually doesn't pick winners and losers from U.S. manufacturers, that doesn't unnecessarily raise grocery prices, you get the benefit of the leverage of the trade negotiating table, the enhanced export market access for U.S. producers that are selling abroad. You've seen this carried through in some of the recent administration announcements where they are showing that having sort of a tough trade negotiating stance is driving wins. And so if you can get that without some of the immediate harm and so like consumers feeling the pain at the grocery store, that is a win-win. And that's achievable if you, again, fine-tune the approach, if you sort of just like dial in and make sure that you're not imposing tariffs on unavailable natural resources, or that you're recognizing availability concerns as part of that. And that level of fine-tuning and not being so like it's all or nothing, I think actually creates a lot more leverage for the U.S.
I came into this business because everybody has to eat. You know, everybody eats tomatoes. You go to a restaurant, you see tomatoes. You go home, you see tomatoes. So my father was in the business, and I was like, you know what? Everybody has to eat. I left high school, I graduated, and I was like, I'm going to sell tomatoes. And that's when I realized that this is a very lucrative business, and I was like, I'm gonna do it for my whole life. You know, it's a generational. We're never gonna stop eating. You know, no one's gonna stop eating tomatoes. It's not realistic because not a lot of people are growing a wide variety of tomatoes in the United States, and the labor here is too much money, and they're not going to do the work here. In Mexico, they're going to do the work. They're going to get it done, and I don't think in the United States they're going to get it done.
Honey bomb tomato, delicious. I trust them 100%, million%. That's a very good personal and very good, you know what you're doing. That box costs $2.
the only way to fix this is if they start giving growers land and they start growing more tomatoes in the United States. But right now that's not happening. So basically either they got to fix that problem first before tariffing Mexico, or either we got to keep it the old way, the same way it was before. And they're grown in Mexico, Canada, US, and we basically need something that's going to protect the growers in the United States and in Mexico, because Mexico covers about 80% of the production that comes into the United States, and we don't have anybody else to send us tomatoes. It's going to be only Canada and the United States, and I don't think they could handle the volume for the United States. It could be disruptive. Basically, we're gonna be very limited on tomatoes. There's people that are gonna have to not have tomatoes on their shelves or in their restaurants, depending on what variety they need, because there's so many different tomato varieties.